Welcome back. We are going to draw an isometric study using planes from a orthographic point of view. So I'm making a diagonal line which represents the slope of my staircase, and I'm using a ruler to mark the diagonal line that contains the number of divisions that I want. So here I have 4 divisions, and I am going to just use my triangle to bring those vertical lines down and the ruler to bring the horizontal lines across. And you could see that just using right angles against the diagonal line, we can now quickly form steps that correspond to the slope that we've intended to do. So this is the side view, and I am going to go and project all the lines upwards to create the top view or the plan view of my orthographic staircase. So I'm going to define the bottom and the tops. So that's going to be the thickness of my staircase, and we are now going to outline the plan view. So we have all of the dimensions that we need. We need the height, the width, and the depth of our objects, okay? And in this situation, I'm going to draw a floating staircase. So it is still going to be contained in a bounding box, but the outlines will really just represent the staircase as it travels up in space. Okay, so we're going to put in a line that we're going to use as a reference line, and we're going to bring all of the elevation lines across to that line. We are going to now deflect those lines at 30 degrees forward, and we are also going to find the dimension of that staircase. So that's how deep the staircase is going to be. The advantage, of course, of doing an isometric drawing is that we can measure all of the distances that we need. There's no distortion. Okay, so once I have that side, I can now go to the front of the bounding box, to the back of the bounding box, and using the same parallel lines, right, we can now find the width of the staircase. So bringing back my triangle, I can now extend that line forwards and vertically. And that is the box in which we are going to work. So I'm going to extend all those construction lines across, okay? So the first step is going to be to find the extension of that slope, right? And we want to bring that line all the way down so that we have a diagonal line that we can use. And that diagonal line will intersect with all of those construction lines that are parallel. And that will tell us that at that point, the staircase is going to break and go across. So we can now continue to bring in the slope on the other side. And you can see that it connects very nicely with the top of that step. And we're going to proceed to just make lines going across. Those are the edges of the staircase, and as we bring them down, we can now draw in the rise of the staircase, right? The rise is the vertical, and the step is the horizontal, which your foot is actually resting on, and that is why it's called the step. So we're drawing in the corner in which those two planes connect. And now, using the 30-degree triangle, I can draw in the step, which is the horizontal plane of my staircase. Right, so now we could outline the object, which is our staircase, and we are going to select the lines that will, in the end, be describing the actual object. So in any kind of analytical drawing, we want to differentiate what is a guideline or construction line and what is the actual outline of our object. And in order to do that, we should always use a sharp pencil. And sometimes we can't use a ruler, but with developing good drawing skills, we can outline even a very difficult organic shapes. But the important thing in the end is to know what is the actual object and what is the construction line. Okay, so once you complete that, that is going to be the end of your rendering, and that pretty much describes all the things you need to know to find the relationship between elevation in your isometric drawing. Thanks for watching.